Got a lot of arrows, huh? Oh, stars. Remember what's going on here. My gold is low, right? Just chill deeping 5. I just got 2 new roots. Alright. All is wandering the streets of Menace. To reach Menace. Go by road or strider west out of WWRing of Mafala. Alright. Road or slit strider? Slit strider is this way. Let's forget the auto walk.
Say your business.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Why walk when you can ride? Where would you like to go?
Navalis, a man. Yes. Spacebar to jump gets me every time. Shipwreck.
Let's do some business.
Excuse me, did you say something?
Nobleman, huh? Manor district. Place bigger than I thought. Thought this was a little farming village. It's like a manor district there. Sneaky. This guy's just chilling out here. There he goes. Get back to it. Oh man. Hello, guard. Which one? This one out, I guess.
Yes, Outlander?
Extravagant, eh?
Yes, Outlander?
Please, by all means. I'm listening. Outlander.
Seems like he's out and about. Yeah, there's a shipwreck, huh? Shipwreck or ridge above the manor district. In the mountains, eh?
Outlander. Do I know you?
That sounds interesting. That's strange. Unusual shipwreck cabin. Very unusual. Dark hole. Oh, hello. Ah! Cut it out, you. Ancient skeleton. Oh, what? Constant water walking. What a ridiculous. Find. Drug short sword. It's pretty cool too. Make it. .200 speed. A little bit slower. Crawling all around in this boat. Hey. Guess I can. Well, that was bizarre. Unlimited water walking. That's pretty awesome. So, bizarre. Awesome. Right. Back to my pirate. Back to business.
How are you today?
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Problem with the statue. Some argument about St. Film statues have a hell of an opinion either way. There was an argument. Vote. Eh. Stylish.
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
Mathsera. There is someone watching me, I can tell.
Hello. It's like to call it a day instead. How did he know I was an assassin? I look so jolly and friendly. Okay. Jovial, some might say. So he's the one who hid the writ, huh? That's the idea. Blah. He gets drunk and throws up and stuff. Let me say honorable writ, huh? My crowd was the water tradition. Just comes to the darkness. So I have his writ. Why is he so... He's so sure that he's safe with these guards? Dagger's about to break.
You may speak.
Might have to wait for like a certain time of day or something. Let's see.
Yes, Outlander? My time is precious, so make it quick.
Oh no, he grabbed my star. Tricky. The first time seeing that. Alright, let's switch this up. It's not other throwing stars. Drop my new blade. Extravagant rope. Your shoes. And severe pillow. None dared report my actions. Good day, sir.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Talk is free. What do you want?
The next one. He's one who must have hit his writ. Told to carry out the execution of Midaris Article. However, I wasn't given a writ. Honorable execution, Article outwitted the previous assassin sent to execute him, and took the writ for himself. He lives in Manan. We should find the missing writ before executing him. Manan.
Where would you like to go?
Where's Manan again? I don't know if I've been there with this character. Sounds familiar. Oh, there it is. God. So I should go back to Endortrin. Hooray. I probably can't take a slit strider there. Check anyway.
Where would you like to go?
None. Oh, I can't.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Nadaris Aravan. Thinks he's so clever. All the rat meat he has. That's what all the rat. Enjoy the ebony, a fair trade. Locked home. Don't mind if I do. Leveled up, eh? Yeah, I still need some agility. Over here. Electric. Don't mind if I do. Look at this. You got a house with a chest. Right underneath the slit strider. Fortify speeds. Heck yeah. That's pretty nice. More town should have that.
Sarah?
Dara. What are your plots and scheming? Oh, training. Fuck. Perfect. Times 5. Awesome. I'll go get my level up. My new little house. You. Ability, speed, luck. Nice. We need athleticism next. Yeah, weird anime eyes, kitty. Athletics, that's what I'm thinking of. Conditioning for running, swimming, skilled athletes move short, long distance overland with speed and efficiency. They also swim swiftly underwater.
Greetings.
Move faster with higher athletics. Idea.
Sweet moon sugar.
Sweet.
You may speak.
Today. Dara's house. Ah. Kitten has a home.
Sarah?
Okay. A bit faster, maybe. Athletics isn't just a multiplier, though. It's gonna level me up. That is like one of my skills. Vidaris Arvel.
Any time now.
I'll have to take the stuff out in the streets than this one. Oh, this is our house. A cage. Okay. Help yourself. Some biscuits, eh? Complimentary biscuits. Poison. Damage health. Please, dear guest, help yourself to some snacks and drink while you wait. The drink. Complimentary Flynn. Poison, 1 point for 75 seconds. Ouch. All kinds of traps here, huh? Full rope. Key. Interesting. New intelligence. That. It's curious. Can't do anything with that crate. Pulling a lever. Using a key. Picking a lock. I wonder what the lever does though. Nothing. Oh, that's unique. Disarmed. What's neat? Wooden crossbow. This 10 for 10. First crossbow I've seen here. Cure poison. Nice for to have that. Black glove. Haven't found the writ yet. Oh, there it is. The daughteress Arvel, the aforementioned person, has been marked for honorable execution. Does have a back door. Funny why I had that there. I'll be right back. Okay.
Do I know you?
You found the writ, no matter. You'll be the first assassin that I arrested. See, it's time to fight.
You Inma!
Lightning blade. Ouch.
You will suffer greatly.
Trying to flee. Thrown home. In a panicked state. Doesn't even know what's going on right now. Sparks, eh? It's real key. I guess it was fake key, eh? Buttons. What would happen if I fall into one of those traps? Hello.
If you want some.
Oh, that's right.
now's
I
the
can't
time to
get advancements until I go to a different faction. I forgot about that. I'll turn these in, get the gold. See if they got another one. I go to the mainland, I guess. Go back. I think Balmora has a Moraton. I know Alderun has one. I'm sure I could get a few advancements.
Outlander.
She looks like a vampire. I wonder if she is a vampire. And a mini. Dratsa.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
For the Ritz. Hi. I think before them, I'll probably do like a Halau or Thieves Guild quest of some type. I think I needed more security
What
to do
say
the
you?
Thieves Guild I'm on right now. I have to get into a vault. I get some of those scrolls of opening, unbinding, whatever they're called. I have a lot of luck with them.
What do you want?
Not that the mainland has any more Moraton factions. Maybe over at like Akmar or something.
Where would you like to go?
I mean, this isn't a halal place. This is Rigorian or whatever. Rigard.
Speak your
What
needs.
is this about?
I guess they're not all halal.
I'm willing to share my insights for the right price.
Don't believe we met. I do it for you, brother. Okay. Short blade, light armor, marksman. Barter. Ooh. I think I need the silver. Let's see. Sucker. your leader. Curiosity and a gold.
Speak up.
You? Spells do you have? Invisibility. Silence. Slow fall.
Outlander, what do you want?
You get the writs. You don't say anything about advancement either. Higher rank, not now. How does one get higher ranks? Huh. There's no dialogue for rank.
Speak your needs.
Well, I don't want to take his writs and then get him confused with the writs over in the mainland. I will probably do them at some point, though.
Come on. I haven't got all day to stand around and talk to you.
Speak, traveler.
Well, I was not expecting that. I thought it was a dialogue that was bugged out in just the mainland.
I've got better things to do.
All right. I'm listening.
Apparently, you either cannot ask for advancements, or the dialogue's been bugged out on everything.
Where would you like to go?
Bizarre. I think there's a marathon here. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna also check and see if there's a marathon here. I know Halau is here. They have good training options here too. They got like the hand-to-hand. They got speech
You may
chat.
speak.
I think they have unarmored. All that's really good, cheap training that won't advance my level.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, marathon. Marathon here as well.
Haven't I heard of you?
No.
I'm willing to share my insights for the right price.
Yeah, she has writs. Associate. There's no advancement option. There's no rank dialogue. So strange. So strange. So maybe I'll just do all the assassin. Alright. Thieves Guild stuff is pretty fun too, though. I gotta kill a noble in the house of Talabani. That's gonna be a tough one. Serin, the Redorian cannon here is house full life. Okay.
I've heard a lot about you, Outlander. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Barely anybody knows me. I don't know how those people know me. I'm an assassin and a thief. That's supposed to be world renowned. You're in Vivek. I'm not in Vivek. I'm in Balmora, you crazy. What is happening with the Assassin's Guild? They've all lost their mind. It's the best way to get around town. Backward angle locks. You're in Vivek, she
Where would
says.
you like to go? Where would you like to go?
Redoran cannon. The boatman over here can take me. It's so strange. Why would the Balmora person say here and back? Why can't I get advancements? Why? Got Halau quest too.
Go ahead.
Where's the Redoran cannon at? It's right here. Can't take me over there. Take boatman. Give you 2 shillings. Plaza.
I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along.
Taurus Soren.
Speak, traveler. I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along.
I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along.
Alright. As you wish, guy.
Ah!
Ooh, a glass dice. Take that, thank you. Frost damage. 1 to 20. Nice. Extravagant shirt. Expensive pants.
Let's hear it. Speak, traveler. You will die.
It's already been done, guy. Alright. Execution of Odish Ha. You'll see me ball. To get to him, I should take a boat to Tal Aran. Swim southwest until I reach the coast. He's in a yurt. Oh man, a pain. Oh yeah, a new ring in action. Tell Brenora. That's a new one.
Go ahead.
Feel like Tel Orin's either up here or like over here. Tel Oran.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
That's the wrong way.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Speak, traveler.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
I'm waiting.
Okay, tell around. Some southwest until I reach the coast. Swim. Alright. That crab's got a ring as well. So he's on the peninsula. Right. Near the end of the small peninsula. So probably this thing here. Oh, maybe that thing there. Let's say southwest of Tolerant. Hi, fishy. That looks like it.
There is no escape.
My line, guy. Flawless victory. Dust. All out of quills. This one doesn't get my calling card. Rude.
Can you ask your question quickly? I must be going.
Now, where did I put that?
Yes.
What is this about?
Okay. Alright. This. Well, 95 and trapped, huh? Curious. That's a shame.
You may speak.
I was hoping I might have queued some advancement dialogue or something. Doesn't seem to want to happen.
Why walk when you can ride?
I do think I'll do mainland assassin quest at some point. Even though they're not advancing me. Frustrated.
Excuse me. I was just thinking.
Okay, I'm listening.
That's right. I remember where my house is here now. Be easier when I got levitate to get to. A little bit easier. Steel. Ha. That's pretty cool. Unique rogue. Cast what effect right now? Get out of here. Nonsense. Six to 12 damage. Ooh. 8 to 13, 250. The last stacker is a little bit better. The rogue. It's 10. Who am I looking for right now? Ternessa and Ilmeni. Arvel. Huh? That's Ilmani. Check. Okay. I think those are the two I need.
You may
What
speak.
is this regarding, Bosmer?
This is unlocked as well. It's all up for grabs. There's no chest in here, I think was the issue. It's a bookstore here. I think it's here.
Don't stand about. Get moving.
Here, I mean across the river, I believe. Go. King Edward, but 2. I remember, from one of the first streams here, King Edward was going on a adventure with a elven mage riding a unicorn and a dark elf riding a dragon. Dark elf warrior, I think, some sort. Quite the fantastical tale. He left his kingdom, his father, and you find out that his mother ran away with this dark elf who might be his dad. His real dad. Edward woke to a red sky. The sun was just peeking over the western mountains. They were nearing a glittering tower, fire flashing from every facet. The dragon veered to fly nearer and shot a long blast of flame. A light flashed several times from the tower's top. As they dropped suddenly, Edward's stomach felt very peculiar. He sighed and stirred and felt Morrowind shift so that his right arm now held upward. He stretched and yawned. Not much longer now. It's several days by horse from the Crystal Tower to First Hold, but I judge that Aktosh will have us there within the hour. We're not stopping at the tower here. I do not use that name so lightly, not even to me. The Archmagister will not return for days yet. Unicorns are brothers to the wind and travel as fast, even burdened, but not as fast as dragons fly. You see the elven homeland at dawn from the back of a dragon. Count yourself fortunate among men. Edward's gaze roamed the deep green woods. Rugged hills, there was no sign of habitation. It's lovely, said politely, but not so beautiful as High Rock. Yet out of loyalty and truth. Are there no towns or villages or farms? The firstborn live nestled deep in the trees. They do not tear up the earth and plant it, but take gladly what the Aurel offers and make return. The green smell of growing winds. Indeed, the air was as heady as the wine Edward used to sip from his father's cup before. I'm hungry. I expected so. A bit of shifting in Morellan's left hand produced a small leaf-wrapped package. The dusky hand was large and strong, but neither human nor animal. Edward stared at it, repulsion, then took the package gingerly so as not to touch the hand. He felt Morrowind stiffen, and the hand that held Edward relaxed its grasp of it. Edward felt ashamed of his reaction. It was neither kind nor wise to give offense in the circumstances. Morrowind could quite easily drop him overboard. I need to bathe, but so do you, he said stiffly. Morrowind was deliberately misinterpreting the reaction. Edward knew. Yes, I'm very dirty. Edward bit into the cake, which proved much better than it looked. My lady mothers used to seeing me like this, at least. She used to. But perhaps I should bathe first. I think you will not be offered that choice. At last, the dragon spread its wings, sent a huge gout of flame soaring skyward, dropped to the earth in a large clearing. The land was abrupt and jarring. Elves appeared quite suddenly, and arms reached up to take him and Shag, who woke at last. Shag's his pup, remember, right? Ran frantically in circles and then sat panting at Edward's feet. A tall elf with fiery hair like copper greeted them formally. Greetings, my lord king. Your lady wife awaits you, Prince Edward. I welcome you to the land of the firstborn on behalf of all its people. May your stay here prove pleasant and productive. Morrowind nodded differentially. I don't know how that would be utilized in that sentence. Not a differential. Thank you. My host, my queen, has waited long enough. We will go to her now. Morroland's hand on his shoulder steered Edward towards the largest tree he'd ever seen. The trunk was hollow. Steps inside let up, openings gave out into more steps and bridges along, and among the mighty branches they proceeded until they reached a large canopied platform furnished with seats and chests, as if it were a room. A golden-skinned woman smiled at them and waved them in. Then left. A tall, slender, pale-skinned, dark-haired woman, human woman, paced towards them, her eyes on Edward. Only Edward. Why did you leave us? The cry came from deep inside, ringing through him. It stopped her several paces from him. Now her eyes lifted to Morrowind, who said in a harsher tone than Edward had yet heard from him, Thou wilt address thy mother with respect, cub. A glancing blow made his eyes water. Eliara crossed quickly to Morrowind and placed her hands on his chest. Greetings, my husband. All praise to Nutorgo for bringing you and my son safely to me. Thank also the Lord of the Dragons and the bandit who could not have lifted the boy more neatly himself. The Archmagister had somewhat to do with it as well. Morroland's dusky hands came up to hold her bare arms lightly and tenderly. He laughed, looking relaxed and happy, but the hands against his chest formed a barrier as much as a caress. I am blessed indeed, but it has been long since my son and I have spoken. We may find words more easily if we seek them alone together. poor dragon riding bit. It's a curious character, this Morrowind. Curious. Dragons and unicorns. A little cliche, the dragon and unicorn. I mean, a little bit hesitant about the story. See it through, though. His smile vanished instantly. Are words, then, a thing which two can find more easily than three? Well, perhaps, at times. Wife, he turned on his heel and left. The bridge swung and creaked, all by his feet. Made no sound at all. Lyra watched after him, but he did not look back. Edward felt again the curious mix of satisfaction and regret that came with giving pain to his enemy. Edward, my son, come and sit by me. Yeah, I think I read part 5 first. Part 5 and then part 1 and then part 2. So we might skim past through 5 again once we get to it. Edward stood where he was. Madam Mother, I have waited many years and traveled many leagues to have an answer. I will wait no longer, nor go one step further. What have you been told? That you were most treacherously kidnapped by night. With the aid of magic, while my father slept, trusting in the honor of his guest. Your father told you that, and Morrowind said that you came full willingly. I would hear what you say. Would you hear why I left your father, or why I did not take you with me, having chosen to go? Edward paused, thinking. Madam, I would hear the truth. Therefore, I must give the truth. I would hear why you left me behind. The other, I think I know as much as I can or would know, unless you wish to tell me more or other. The truth. Truth is not a single thing, existing apart from those who apprehend it. But I will tell you my truth, and perhaps then you will arrive at your truth. Lyra walked back to a softly pillowed chair and composed herself. Nearby, a small ruby-colored bird settled on a branch and thrilled in accompaniment to her soft voice. My parents arranged my marriage, as is the custom of our homeland. I did not love Sorcier, but in the beginning I respected him and tried to be a good wife. He did not care for me, nor did he take care. And so he lost my respect, and I died a little each day, withering like an unintended plant. I was happy only with you, but Sorcerer thought I was making you too soft, womanish, he said. And so, after your 3rd birthday, I was allowed to spend only an hour each day with you. I listened to your cries and sat weeping without heart for anything. Finally, you ceased crying and asking for me, and my heart was left empty. I formed the habit of walking and riding much of the time alone, save for a guard or two. Then Morrowind came. He wanted to mine for ebony and the Wargarian mountains. The land he wanted to use was part of my dowry. He was willing to train our people in the arts of its use and even to give them weapons of dark elf making. In return, our people were to aid him in keeping the goblins away and allow him to form a colony of his people in High Rock. Sorcerer had no use for the land, and he wanted the weapons very much indeed. There are none better, so he favored the proposal. There were many details to be discussed and arranged, and it fell to me to conduct these negotiations. Sorcerer despised dark elves, and he was jealous of Morrowind, who was already famed as the finest fighter in all of Tamriel. But Morrowind is more than a skilled fighter. He's well-read and interested in everything under the sun. He sang and played as if taught by Jaffrey and Jim say both. He was a companion such as I'd only dreamed of. That and no more. I swear, we both loved to be outside, so our discussions took place while riding and walking, but always accompanied by his men and sorcerers. When all was arranged, Corsair gave a great feast to celebrate the treaty. All of High Rock nobility came, and many from other provinces. At the end, Corsair was deep in his cups and let fall an insult that could only be washed out in blood. I had long since retired with the other ladies, so I know not what it was, but I'd heard enough in private to know that Sorcerer had a store of such to choose from. Raylan gave the challenge and gave Corsair until noon, that he might recover such wits as he had. Then Merlin came to me alone in my chamber and told me what had befallen. My lady, I think he will choose your brother as his champion. In any case, there will be a river of blood between us that may not be crossed in this life or any other. I can live without your love, but I could not have your enmity. Come with me now as wife or honored guest as you choose, and you shall serve as blood price instead of your kith or kin. And there in the moonlight, in my terror, with my lady sleeping about me, I knew I loved him. Doubted that I could live without him, and yet I loved you more. My son, I whispered, I cannot. My lady, you must choose. I am sorry, you see. Don't you, Edward? If I stayed, it meant my brother's death. His innocent young blood, or your father's, or possibly that of the man I loved, though I counted that most unlikely. Raylan's fighting skills alone were supreme, and in an affair of this sort, he would be entitled to call on magic aid as well. We could take him with us, but Merlin shook his head. Sadly, I will not do. It would go against my honor to part father and son. Leaving love alone, I am trained to duty, Lyra said proudly. Should I have robbed you of your father or your loving uncle, and I thought it likely that Corsair, should he survive, would somehow blame me for the affair and use it as an excuse to put me away. I thought that Corsair would be pleased to have me gone. I knew he wanted the weapons very much. I could trade them for time with you, I thought. All this passed through my mind while Moraylan stood waiting, not looking at me. Lady Mara, help me to choose wisely, I prayed. Do you truly want me as wife? I could bring you nothing but trouble. Lyra, I would have you to wife, and I want nothing but yourself. He shed his cloak, wrapped it around my body, pulling the bedclothes away. Raylan, wait, is this right? What I do? My lady, if I thought this wrong, I should not be standing here. The choices you are given, this one seems to be the most right. He swung me up in his arms and carried me to his horse. And so I left your father's house, clad only in his cloak and riding before him. And wild joy mixed with sorrow, so that I scarce knew how I felt. That is my truth. Edward said quietly, but he has parted my father and me in the end. With great reluctance, and only because the dragon says that you and your father were in truth already parted in heart. It is only a matter of more leagues, which provide a measure of safety for you. Merlin insisted that you should freely consent to come. You are as free to return any time you wish. Merlin would have just taken me. It was, Archmagister who insisted that I must consent. He's not a patient man by nature, and he is anxious to do Cerson no harm. Doubtless he felt the discussion would be carried on as well elsewhere. He called him King of the Small Cock and laughed. Why? Are daggerfalls cockerels smaller than ebonheart birds? And what does it matter anyway? My father was very angry. I think he would have liked to fight. But it's true, he hates me. I knew that. But I don't want to know. So I pretended not to. I don't suppose Morrowind would do that. No, he'd lie though. He thought about telling me he was my father. I could see it. Alira threw back her head and laughed her pretty rippling laugh. He remembered it from long ago, and it sent shivers down his back. He must have wanted to claim it very badly indeed if he let you see it. He's usually quicker than that, and he does not lie under oath or to hurt those he loves. He doesn't love me. He doesn't even like me. But I do, my dear son. You... Edward thought she was going to say he'd grown. Felt always remarked on his growth, even if he'd just seen them a week ago. Very strange, since he was so small for his age. Instead, she said, "You're just as I thought you'd be," with deep maternal satisfaction. And he loves you. But he said he was no one's errand boy, yet you dismissed him as if he were. Alira's face and neck burned a deep crimson. Nay, though I am reduced to serving man, it seems. For Raylan has entered silently, bearing a huge tray piled high with food. Get me a stool, boy. You can play page if I can play server. You must be famished, and I thought I'd best return before my wife gets round to the rest of my faults. Could take her most of the day listening to them. He'd shed the mail and bathed and dressed in fresh black jerkin and hose, with a silvery sash tied around his narrow waist, but the black sword still swung by his side. Mara, help us. You've enough food for a small army, and I've broken my fast. Alira's small hand reached for the elf's arm, slid down it caressingly, then clasped his hand and squeezed it, lifting it to her still hot cheeks, brushing it with her lips. Edward looked away quickly, discomforted by the sight of his dusky skin against her fairness. This for me and a bit of the boy. Just pray join us, my dear. You've grown thin. Pining for me, no doubt. He wrapped a lock of her dark curly hair around a finger and tugged at it, grinning. Then fell on the food like a starving wolf, attacking it with small, silvery weapons instead of eating with his fingers as humans did. The food was wonderful. Edward ate until he could eat no more. Eavesdropping, he murmured thoughtfully. He'd been mulling over a list of Morrowind faults while he ate, and realized too late that he'd spoken aloud. Eisenthar, boy, if you humans will shout your privy conversations all over the tree, die. Expect me to shut my ears with wool? He tapped one of his large pointed ears. Edward hurriedly tried to remember what they'd said. What he'd said, lying. Oh dear, maybe he hadn't heard. So, I'm a liar, am I, boy? Virgil helped him. Edward felt he was drowning. Could the elf read minds? He hoped that wasn't the insult his father had used. I thought you were thinking about it. You did hesitate. Edward gulped. He was making matters worse. Possibly, I was trying to remember. The sardonic tone was back. You don't even like me, Edward burst out. That doesn't seem to have stopped your true father from claiming you. Really? Don't, Alira interrupted. But the elf held up his hand and quieted her. I'm not so sure, Edward flashed. Why do you say that? I don't know. Throne says things, and I'm not at all like him. Everyone remarks on it, and then stops talking. What things, speak, boy? About how fond mother was of her brother when they were young, how sad and angry he was when she was carried off. More like a lover, she said, than a brother. She says it very sweetly, but like she means something by it, or something too dirty to say. Other times she talks about how elfin I look, and how quickly after marriage I came. Not as quickly as her first son, though. Merlin leapt up. By the Avenger, I will go back and wring the vixen's neck. The human. He bit off the insult, but his red eyes flamed rage. His muscles swelled, his hair stood on end. You do not look half-elfin. I never met your mother until 4 years after your conception. Rowan, it seems, cannot decide which lie she wishes to use, but incest? May Kel strike her down, if I may not. The tall elf paced furiously about the room. Lithe as a Khajiit, hand fondling his sword hilt. The platform swayed and dipped. She's ambitious for her sons at Edward's expense. The question is how many will believe her, not enough if she was planning to have him killed instead. Alira's smooth brow wrinkled a bit. I never disliked her, nor she me. She wanted my place, and I was glad enough to let her have it, save for Edward. You want me to be king, so I'll let you have the Ebon Mines. Edward had just worked out the puzzle. Oh, devil, take the Ebon, which he probably will. I have a better chance of getting cooperation from Roan's boys once your father's dead. They'd have reason for gratitude, and the bargain's a good one. Although the chances they could keep a civil tongue long enough to sign a contract seem poor, even their parentage, then why? You don't even like me. Mara, help me. Liking a person is a human concept. One day they like you, the next day they don't. And toward us, they're back to liking you again. My own wife does this to me, but claims to love me even when she doesn't like me. Except, of course, on the days when she doesn't do either, and talks about joining the Order of Rihanna. Fortunately, that only happens once a year or so. I go hunting until she comes to her senses. You exaggerate, that only happened once, and well, you know. I remember enjoying the recovery period. Maybe it should happen more often. They grinned at each other. But why do you want me to be king? Edward persisted. I told you, it's Akatosh notion. And the Archmagister, I just came along for the ride. Ask them. I shall ask the Archmagister when I see him. An excellent plan. You'll spend a few weeks at the tower before heading north with us. Only that? Does the prospect of spending the winter with your mother and me displease you so much? No, sir, but I agreed to go with Iric, not you. The words hung unsaid between them. You will in time, a few weeks there now will fit you to begin your training in magic. I can teach you spells, but you need hardening. Your body must catch up to your mind. It is the Archmagister's will. Fighting magic. I want to learn other things. How to call beast, how to heal, and float. You'll learn that. I doubt not. And I think a fighter can't heal. He and D. That's that one. And ye think the fighter can't heal? It's the first spell you'll learn, but a king must know how to fight. I'm not good at it. Dragon's teeth, boy. Exactly why you must learn. If I cannot, you've courage and clear head and potential to learn magic. That's more than most people ever have. I can teach you the rest. Edward's had world with unaccustomed praise. I do? I have? You can? You think any of your father's fool court would stand naked before a dragon, a unicorn, the Archmagister, and the champion of Tamriel and demand justice of them? Justice! Faced with such, they might have managed to beg for mercy, if they could speak at all, which is doubtful. I did that? I did, didn't I? Edwards was astonished. He wanted to add that he hadn't known. He hadn't thought about it. Aye, you did. And it's a deed that shall be sung from here tomorrow, and I'll compose the ballad myself as soon as I have a nap. I don't sleep as sound as some on dragons' backs. You enchanted me and Shag asleep, and the rest of the castle with the help of my friends. Oh, can you levitate? Will you show me? Not so fast. I kept a holding spell on us all night and kept us on the dragon's back. Until I'm rested, I can't light a candle with the aid of a match. Oh well, I'd still rather like the Archmagister than be a fighter. Ha! It'll be news to the Archmagister that he cannot fight. I hope he'll find time to show you how to wield a staff. No better weapon for early training, and no better trainer. Now the four you say before you, which would you say could best the others? Edward thought carefully for several minutes. Sir, my judgment is poor indeed, but if you would still have my answer, it would seem the one who claims the title Champion of Tamriel must be the best. Yet, must not the Archmagister be your master in magic, and trained in arms as well, it seems? So which should prevail? Could any mortal stand against the dragon's fire, claws, and teeth? And I know not of the unicorn, save that it's fleet and has very sharp horn and hooves as well. So I will guess the unicorn. It had the mildest manner, and since you asked the question, it seems the unlikely answer may be correct. Well answered, youngling. The unicorn would win easily in any single close combat. No mortal or even dragon can move quickly enough to land a blow, and it cannot be burned or touched by any magic or elemental power. Its hooves are deadly, and a single touch of its horn will kill any enemy, although the horn itself will burn away. The most powerful can regenerate it within moments, however. And the four of the companions of champions of Tamriel would probably be the loser against any of the others, although the title is no idle boast. Of the four, the champion of Tamriel would probably be the loser against the others, huh? He's the least strongest of them. Not accustomed to being so outclassed, my manners may have suffered in consequence. My Lord King, I am most deeply in your debt. You have done me great honor and service. If ever I can repay you, I will. Forgive my brash words and ill manners. I have dwelt among the rude and boorish, and it seems I have no father unless I may call you so. The elf held his hand out to the boy, who placed his own in them. Edward's feeling of distaste was quite gone, as if by magic the thought drifted through his mind, and then he released his hands and clasped Marlene's about his waist. Strange. The elf's hand stroked the dark hair and clasped the thin shoulders. I thank you, my wife. After only 5 years of marriage, you have presented me with a fine son. 9 years of age. Remarkable. In fact, magical. Wow, that was a long one. 41 pages. Only part 2. Looks like the next one's not quite as long. Part 4 is pretty long. Part 5 we read. I'll probably skim through it. Six, then part 10. Oh, she's missing some. Alright, he's missing some. Keep an eye out for those missing ones. They're all worth quite a bit of money, so I'll probably grab any of them I find. What scrolls? Built-in scrolls. See a lot of useful scrolls there, but I don't want to carry them around with me all the time, so.
Go ahead.
2 extra gold. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping in, hanging out. Couple assassinations. Coffee was delicious. Got a level up in there. Got another one of King Edward's books read. And yeah. Oh yeah, we got this new water walking ring and a new dagger. new short sword. Lots of little upgrades. Still have tons of potions. Still set on that. Good, I think I'll probably stick to keeping a nice supply until this guy gets stronger at least. I shall be fighting stronger stuff as I get stronger. Speed's up to 100. It's pretty quick. I want to get that athleticism up more. Close to getting my next level. I'll have to remember that next time I get on. I'll check. Remind myself. Yeah, athletics is up to 41. Pretty good. Almost 42. Need more speed. I have a need for speed. Alright, peace out.